What is up, y'all? It is me, Chasta C, and in this particular, a little bit late delayed video that I am reviewing and recapping the Real Housewife of Atlanta, season 12, episode 1, season premiere. Shout out to my YouTube fam. Sorry, my table shake, y'all. It's not y'all phones. But shout out to my YouTube fam. You know, for my YouTube fam, like what you're seeing here, go ahead and go over here somewhere and don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And don't forget also, like I said, to like and share me at time. You know, your Twitters, your Facebooks and stuff, so forth. Okay? So anyways, y'all, of course, since this is the introductory one, and we only got, about 111, episodes left, so, how sometimes it get good in the middle of the end. So, yeah. So, we got introductions. Nene, just to let y'all know in advance, is not in this episode. I don't know when she's going to come back into the episode, but just to let y'all know, I'm watching the darn show and reviewing the capper. Like, that's all I'm doing. I'm not team this person, team that person. There's a claim because it ain't that many, but it do be a few people who be riding hard. So I'm just letting all events. That's it. But anyway, y'all. So there was a lot of babies in this episode. I don't know what the name of this. I know it said the more the merrier, but this show was referring to because we seen babies, and babies. Okay, and big kids, but just a lot of babies, okay? I'm just gonna go by here because I just watched it, but you know how I am. So the first scene, just remember off top, was Kenya. It starts with Kenya, and we see, it's the brightness, even the brightness in the room. Her little baby, beautiful little baby is sitting there just smiling, and she just talking to baby. And Kenya just say how, life's changed. She has a miracle baby. The baby's not a fussy baby, because it's only supposed to be one, main, person that makes the noise in the house. And what was that rap song? I'm the bitch to get the bag, whatever y'all mad. I'm the bitch to get the bag. About to beat the ass. What was that song, y'all? Did y'all hear that? In between, how they have the little scenes and they have that little in between little intros of theirs. So anyway, y'all, her and Mark are still not living with each other. Okay. They go back and forth between New York and stuff. His businesses, are still successful. He up there in New York. She's still in ATL. And so she thought after having the baby that by that time, they would have like moved into the same house. But really, truthfully, after they got married and, y'all couldn't like get it together, unfortunately, the baby, sadly, it was not surprising that the baby was not going to make, like a difference or whatever or change. But we all know, as far as right now, Kenya's trying to reconcile their marriage. We all know this is before, and it's going to play later on the scene about, troubles in their marriage. Okay, she even tries to call, Mark, whatever, and he doesn't pick up the phone. It's like busy, straight going to voicemail, something like that. I'm like, okay. So another scene. Then we see y'all, like I said, when we actually see Kenya's house. Brightness, beautifulness, birds all chirping and stuff. And then we see the front of Kenya's house. I mean, not Kenya's, Portia's house. All this rain, this gloominess. You see thunderstorms. Even though there is light in the house, there is a darkness there. So instead of seeing a mom Joyce with her new boys, a bundle of joy, especially, first time being a mom, but just like bundles of joy, we see Portia with a sad look on her face. You see some of the memories, but you see them black and white, not in full color, with her and Dennis. And she's just like, it's okay, babe, blah, blah, blah. But her face just reads of sadness. And she said he moved out 4 days ago and stuff. And like I said, it's not the same joyous thing. But as we seen with Kenya, even though her husband still don't stay with her, she is just as happy that she's got a miracle baby. But Portia is, like I said, y'all remember the Winnie the Pooh and the donkey that's just real sad. It's just really sad. And later on, it said when y'all watch the show, it seems like it might be possibly postpartum mixed in what she was going on with Dennis. So here they brought up, if y'all don't know about, actually surprisingly, they brought up at least twice this episode, one, two, Tasha K, which she has on YouTube channel, whatever, and she was saying what this past, what was the beginning of this year or something like that, whatever, some or whatever, or a little bit after the baby, right before the baby was born, or after the baby was born, or something like that. Because PJ is just 2 months. I know Brooklyn was 7 months at this time. And if I got to mention, in the beginning of this episode, they were showing like as a king and them, that trip, and they were about to get into it, and then they were winding back 6 months ago. So we're actually going backwards before we get to the moment of this argument that's 6 months into the future. So she's just sad, and like I said, Tasha K was talking about how Dennis was, with somebody else, and Portia about to be single mom. Portia does explain that she did look into Dennis' phone, seen some stuff that was inappropriate, and realized that this Negro up here not only serving hot dogs, he is serving his rod obviously to other women other than Portia. Okay, what she was saying, whatever. So she basically said, they had an argument, and now he's out the house. And her mama's there, of course I love her laughing hair, I'll see mine. And she's just talking to her, but she actually has not told her, like her sister-in-law and her mom, what's going on with this. All she knows is that he just had left. One minute he was here, one minute he was there. And I think so. She's probably doing that because she's still leaving it open. Because aren't they back together or trying to get her and Dennis anyway in real time right about now? But also too is because once you invite y'all loved ones, and y'all tell the bad stuff about who y'all going with or trying to whatever, especially, or whether y'all married or not married, or start off whatever. That was perfect. And you up here telling and saying what y'all decide to work out, try again for the first time, several times, whatever. Yo, some one or two multiple gonna be looking at that person like this mofo, and just don't like him. And guess what? So when you feel comfortable enough, unless you know for sure you're not gonna be that person again, the minute you invite and tell what's going on completely and all the F ups they did, or whatever, one main thing or the final straw, get ready, cause so anyway. Like I said, she's not going to tell them everything that's going on. She knows that Dennis is sending flowers, and because the mom, you brought in some more flowers. So, but like I said, the mom is taking PJ so she can rest about an hour. But like I said, you could just see, like I said, the darkness. Even though there's light there, the lightning even in the room is not as glowy and happy as saying Kenya's house. Okay. Then I think it's another bit. We got Aces up here doing complete sentences up the time he wants to play soccer with his daddy. Kyle comes along, and they decide to give the surrogate, who's carrying Katie and Todd's baby, a call. They originally had two embryos, but one of the embryos didn't go with us or didn't make it. So the surrogate she's about to have. I got the lady's name. I'm not about to mispronounce it because y'all know I'm horrible with names. If y'all been around me for a while, okay, so I ain't about to mess up her name. So it was hilarious because Ace was all asking like, did she buy the baby from the store? And Ace asking the lady like, so you watching my sister? You got my sister? He's 3, but he's just talking. That's cute. I mean, just minute, it's good. I could see him being in a couple commercials. That's the personality he had. Okay. So after they got off the phone with the lady, they also asked the lady, possibly. Oh, by the way, this lady was recommended by Dr. Jackie, which is also married in medicine, and we've seen in a lot of Atlanta shows Dr. Jackie. Okay, so it was she was referred and agreed to have her as surrogate, and so Ace is like he still want to play with soccer with his dad and say he beat his dad with the game, whatever. But like I said, it was cute. So like I said, they asked the lady, can Ace go to the next ultrasound? She said yeah, and so yeah, she's about to be 14 weeks the next day. So anyways, we also see Eva, who is with her pregnant with third child. She goes and meets with her husband, to get something to eat, some octopus and some devil eggs or something like that as appetizers. and they're looking now for a permanent house. And they've been looking whatever, but also Eva was talking about how she's like, this pregnancy is different because the first one she had was not out of wedlock. Okay, so they're talking, and she's been actually filling in for the Dish Nation show. If y'all watch that, whatever, where they be talking about different topics, and how Portia's for the Rick Smiley and a couple of other radio stations talk about hot topics or whatever. So Michael's concerned about Eva like not working that much, and he is concerned about the fact that Portia's going through stuff, and just concerned because originally Portia was supposed to come back a month and a half, and then it got extended, whatever. So, but Portia says later on she's supposed to come back at the end of whatever the month that they were starting to film for the season. So, but they're just concerned about seem like there's a lot that she's going through, whatever. But like I said, since Eva is the picky person, she's been assigned by Michael. Like basically, she's supposed to choose a house. Whatever you have sounded like, I'll go meet you at the door and we'll sign whatever we got. Which I'm thinking he really should be there, but okay, that's their business. We gonna go to the next person. Then we got Cynthia. Cynthia is up here, just Mike is in town, and she's just happy. She got a glass of wine from him with some fruits and stuff, even though she drank half the glass of wine. And I didn't know, because I do follow Cynthia and Candy out of the Housewives. I don't think I follow anybody else, but I thought when she was fit, at the time when I think it was also Jasmine Brand, one of those things where she had the wedding dresses and stuff. I thought they were already engaged at the time. I didn't know, we heard about manifesting stuff into existence. Whether you're talking about just in general to be positive, if you're talking about like ask from the Lord, if you believe or whatever, or just, whatever your beliefs are, whatever the system is. But, manifest. Now, the difference of manifesting and just flat out, y'all, I bet I'm about to drink a little water on behalf, because Cynthia said she was thirsty. She was really dehydrated. So I'm going to drink a little water on behalf. Later on in this thing. So she's like this. She wants to get married, to engage. Now, Mike was already looking at his calendar to see when did she need him in July, because he got stuff going on, his business in LA, and Cynthia's got businesses up there, ATL, and so they also have to decide how to balance out long distance relationship by coastal or whatever, and but like she said, she does want to get married and stuff like that, and he's like, chill. It'll happen when it's supposed to happen. But, Cynthia's like, okay, ring, give me ring. Okay. And he basically tells her, like, what you got that wig off for? Like an action. He just took that wig off, whatever. And they were just all smiling, beautiful. And we go to the next scene. So, anyways, we have another scene where Kenya is actually meeting up with Cynthia's new wine cellar's place, right? And Kenya comes in with her little beautiful Brooklyn right in her little stroller, and of course she had to, as they say, throw shades. And Grego, because you were talking about the wine stuff, Cynthia got her sister up there managing this place, because like I said, she's going back and forth to see her Mike to add to her chill, and she's up here, like talking about, like what wines to put based on, I guess, the price range of wine. And here, Kenya, one of my heard, well, that's $5.99 at Aldi's, basically. So you need to put that Lord somewhere else in the wine cellar. So, this is when Kenya, they end up going, because Cynthia was like, let's go to this cookie place. It's a hot cookie place, and it's not spelled Hoot. It's hot like, Hauti? I hope I'm spelling that correctly. Cookie place. Look nice. Look decent. So they have to enjoy some cookies. So Kenya decides to tell, I think, Cynthia about having this, debut Brooklyn, having this Barbie party. Okay, whatever, right? And Cynthia, of course, is saying about she is about to get engaged to Mark. I mean, wrong person, Mike. And she's, Kenya had to remind her, like, wait, you being thirsty. And Cynthia's like, I am dehydrated. I am the desert. I'm during there in Mirage. I'm just completely dried out. We see lines in the sand. Okay, dehydrated. Okay, dried out just completely. Okay, plants are dying dehydrated. Okay, and we need some water dehydrated. That's how dehydrated she is getting married. And Kenya just like, just let it come natural or whatever. And they talk a little bit about what's going on with the whole Portia situation. And not only has, if y'all wasn't like note about like the Tasha K reporting whatever, I honestly I didn't watch the episode. I haven't watched that show in a minute. But also now this report about cheating, it was also some stuff like he been up there with some white girl, and also, he been up here loving the animals in some bestiality balance type of way, loving them dogs a little bit too much, okay, or whatever. But Kitty had before, like she needs to make sure that Portia realized, just in case, maybe about what he mean by dog style, what's that mean? Then they did a flashback, y'all. I don't know if Portia maybe was I don't know if it was their special because I didn't really watch last season. I just watched people reviews. I don't know if Portia was like in a pajamas that had a tail on, or some type of costume that had a tail, and they made Portia was like, "Why do you want to see the tail so bad?" So then how the producer was trying to make it seem like maybe there was more reasons than one, or it could have been a furry fetish. Furry. I found out, y'all, not just that little toy that blinks and seem like gonna kill you, whatever, look like half a bird. But y'all, if y'all heard that term furries, I found out about 10 years ago when it's one of these addiction study classes I took are furries, when people have like a fetish and attraction into having sex with people in like animal costumes or stuff, mad costumes. So that's what they call furry. So they still are humans, but they're having 9 times relation to each other in like furry, like animal costumes and stuff. Yeah. So that's what I heard. So I don't know. But anyway, that's what they're talking about. So like I said, they're talking about this party, and Cynthia's talking about this thirstiness. Now, there's another scene that actually the old lady gang, one location, Candy's there, she up there smiling, waving, talking to folks, whatever. And then they would sit down. Now, I noticed that Eva had got like, let me get the macaroni and cheese, let me get the side of green, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And Candy kind of like looked back like, dang, I understand this food. I don't know what it was. She was looking at her like with the eat, or because she knew it was, like she didn't have to pay for it. I don't know what it was, but she sure gave that look like astonishment, whatever. And, I forgot to mention that Candy did mention the episode of like, she kind of feels a little guilty about not carrying her own child. Now, she decided not to give a chance of having her own child because she already had, 5 surgeries before, and she didn't want to keep having to do that, whatever, as well. And so, but she does feel guilty about, not even feeling for his kid, and, her body changes, and, probably having the physical connection with, her unborn baby. And, but Todd was saying, like, it is pretty cool, that's, people can get blessed and get an option if they can't have, a baby on their own, that this option is given to certain, some people can, get that, so. But anyway, she kind of has to guilty. But like I said, so Cynthia meets them there, and I'm sure they talking a little bit. And here, even though it mic, whatever, somebody sent with the mic on, obviously, whatever. Maybe they signed something before they went over there. But here's what happened. So when they talking, and also Eva's looking like she didn't know they had fried green tomatoes and all this other stuff. Here comes the lady in question, and this is when it shows Tasha K again, talking about a serenity or sincerely, is that her name? I'm not trying to mess up the purpose. I'm really trying to understand, the name, whatever, right? So that actually she was reporting that Dennis has known sincerely for years and have been messing with her for years, whatever. So sincerely basically sent a drink to Candy. And Candy, of course, does not drink or whatever. She wouldn't bet off she would have just gave her a latte or cappuccino if they served something there. That would be a better chance, or just some fruit punch. Because, Candy does not drink that. And Cynthia was kind of looking at like, can I go ahead? I don't know if she's going to drink it or not. So Serenity came over there and she just wanted to sit down, but she didn't sit down. But she ends up explaining that it might have been Dennis, a bitter ex decided to put it on her. But she has nothing to do Does not know this man. This have nothing to do with. She don't want to be there breaking up no homes or nothing like that. But she wanted to come over to say that. Of course, they had asked her. I think Ken was the one, or Sylvia. One of them asked her because I think Eva was still eating. Eva claimed that she's seen her before, or knew of her, and Candy, after she left, said that she's seen her before, but she just doesn't remember where she's from. Okay, but um, the lady did not feel comfortable with, like, she felt awkward about telling Portia, and that's why she didn't tell Portia. And then unless I wonder if the Candy like put it online or something like that, because like I said, is unless a certain days the Candy be at the restaurant, she just know it could seem questionable. Like, okay, how does she know that Candy was gonna be there today and coincidence be at the restaurant tell her? And of course, Candy doesn't want to tell her because Eva and first came with the idea like maybe we should tell Portia one day, whatever. And Candy's like, after last year, when I tried to wonder what's going on, I do not want to be part of that. I want peace. Peace, okay? Peace, okay? Peace. So, that's on hold for then. So, we also see another scene where Portia and, because actually, Portia's mom was up there in the kitchen. And she said, let me make this part for Portia. But actually, she's making her a sample plate. Or demo, if y'all like Sam's Club and Costco, stuff like that. Because here she is eating the rib, eating this, eating everything she's prepared for. She couldn't stop eating the plate. She even admitted that when Lauren came over. I think Lauren had to ring the doorbell a couple extra times because Portia's mom was still smacking. So she admitted that she was trying to fix a plate for Portia, and Lauren was like, "Well, I'm glad because she's finally at least starting to eat." So that was another sign, like, oh my goodness, I don't know how long that Portia's been having this behavior where she has been barely eating or anything or whatever, or not eating, as much or whatever. So Portia finally come downstairs, and they pointed out, I think Laura noticed in the mom corner, like all these flowers, like 200 some flowers. It looked like a more, but Portia explains why she got PJ, like, these flowers have a meaning and stuff like that. But she's still not telling the truth about what's going on with her and Dennis to them. But this is what kind of the sad part was. Here, Portia was like, how she gets ready, and then she realizes like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock goes by, and she doesn't even know why she's getting ready. So she doesn't even have the strength, and she started crying, and mom's crying, Lauren crying, whatever. And it's just like I said, it might be postpartum or because of the whole thing with the Dennis thing and realizing that he was cheating on her while she was with a child. Like I said, there's a lot crashing through. So, that was a sad scene. But anyways, so I think I pretty much have went through everything. Let's get to the little party. Now, Mark isn't there, but I don't know if he would have been there even if, say, if he was living in Atlanta, because unless it was like Brooklyn's, like, her birthday. I think her birthday is on November the 3rd. Or is it November the 4th, whatever your baby with us. Now, I can understand that he was there, showed the picture that he and Kenya and the baby was in the picture. But this is like a premiere, just extra party and, a bar party, whatever. So, you can come at even though house cast members only seem like you want to dress up. I don't know if other people dress as Samia or what is her? Shamia, Portia's friend. She also came too, and her daughter, I think, is around the same age as Brooklyn, I think, because I think they said she was 7 months on her little baby. But like I said, it seemed like mostly the cast members, and maybe other people were dressed up as Barbies too, but they didn't focus or zoom in on them. So Kenya is her own Kenya doll. Remember that they used to have, my Kenya doll. Remember that, y'all? I don't know if it was Barbie form, but it's sure I think it was a Kenya. So she on down, she's like got the pink and stuff like that on, and Brooklyn about to come in with a little cute little pink car, and Candy is rock star Candy. She had Bart Ace, but he got a little mohawk and stuff as a guitar, so he the little rock star Ken, or Ken's baby brother, I don't know. But he rock star as well. And she came. Cynthia came in a whole wedding dress. So she is wasn't she thirsty wedding Barbie? Is that it? Okay. She got brought her niece. Her niece is a flower girl Barbie. She brought Noelle her daughter. That's the only time we see was when they came out the car, and I forgot who the other little young lady was with them too, or lady was with them as well. I don't know who the other person was because they focused, y'all. They had the darn freaking wedding music playing. I was like, Lord Jesus. So, and Portia was getting ready. She her styles came in, so she was holiday bar. Her and PJ were holiday limited edition Barbies. That was come right just in time, considering it's just around the holidays. So ain't this interesting? So anyway, but Portia said it was a good idea. Consider first she didn't think about she wasn't considered about going to the party, but then she changed her mind because her and Kenya are working on their friendship, and I had to give them to them, like, y'all, because they did something my ass wouldn't even do. Because even after all that, even if you give some person, the fact that they're able to hang out and have a bubbling friendship or working on being friends. Bravo to y'all. I couldn't do this shit. Okay? Bravo to y'all. So anyway, we see, like I said, the Portia decides probably best for her to get out the house and stuff or whatever as well too, with everything going on. So, like I said, you have a little party. We got Brooklyn, in the car, and I don't know how this came to be out, but came to be about, but Kenya had to swipe her daughter out of a man's hand. I don't know who the man's hands was or whatever, but he signed the paper because you were able to see his face, obviously. But she was like, her husband has something to do, doesn't have something to do with, like, he does not want her, her Brooklyn to be held by any man besides him. And I'm just like, okay, so you mean Kenya got a whole dad is still here. She got a brother. She got okay, never mind. Or which he meant, but I'm just saying. Okay, not my business, but I'm just saying. Okay, but I was kind of like, okay, well, who let him pick him up? And okay, but so everybody partying, talking, whatever. And there's also a scene with Eva because Eva is a workout Barbie as well, but she comes technically by herself, but she pregnant with his third child, but she doesn't bring her daughter nor her son. And there's a scene where you have Portia's with PJ, and I think Candy was at that moment there or not, but I know at least Cynthia's right next to Eva, and then they were talking, and Portia's like, yeah, I said, well, why you didn't bring the babies? And here go Eva's response. Well, I don't know Kenya like that, and I didn't know the vibe. And now, I have watched a lot of, the 2000 episodes, or a lot of episodes of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And even when the ones I didn't watch, like, I never heard in the blogs, and when I watched my YouTube cousins or other people that I watched on watching their reviews, they never mentioned, and I don't recall these women spazzing out in front of their kids. Now they'll spaz around with it, ever when they round amongst each other, but they don't take that, whatever fight, whatever about to go. They don't do it in front of the kids. Okay, so I don't know where that came from or why she was saying that, but like I said, that's her business, or maybe the vibe. And Cynthia was not, she has right feeling where maybe, she doesn't know Kenya and stuff like that, so she was kind of co-signing it. But Court stuff was some type of way, like, really? But like I said, the most woman Kenya gonna do just show her daughter how to twirl? Like, that's the most I think she would do, but it wouldn't be, like I said, that was a question mark. I don't know why. So, I know Eva was one of, they started to die down, I guess, with people, and they started to leave, I think, before they left with it, but no, it was before Eva left that you got Eva, Cynthia, and Candy decided what you were talking about, and it was like, don't bring it up about the Porsche thing, whatever, with the serenity or sincerely, thing. Leave it alone. And here goes Kenya, she twirled right over there and was like, what's going on? And they had told her about it, but they like, just let it be, whatever. And of course, Kenya and her, like, it was like at Candy's restaurant. Okay. So we have a scene. By this time, Eva has left, where some people started to leave. So they go in this back room, both Kenya and Portia, to talk for a second on this bed, but this back room looked like all these ribbons and stuff, whatever. And they're talking, they both hold their children, and they're saying like how, they came a long way and they're better. So of course, remember y'all, they had to show some flashbacks of them getting to whatever. But at least they have still stuck with editing right before, unfortunately, Portia made Kenya into like try to see if she could be a human swifter mop. Unfortunately, but like I said, so they came a long way, and the mothers, and they don't want to pass their daughters. They can't, and they're like this. It takes too much energy to sit there and have strong dislikes or try to hate, just all this stuff. Be happy, move on, basically. And so Kenya also had no. Portia ended up telling about the Eva situation, and she felt some type. So Kenya's like, this, if she got to feel some type of way, feel like her kids are gonna be harmed way around me, which then gonna swing this ponytail and wrapping around, swinging around like the Matilda scene. If y'all remember that movie, y'all, with that evil ass principal, and she swing the kid girl bound by them braids. Watch that movie, y'all. Swing around braids, whatever, and do that to the kids. She like, in that case, it even gotta come myself, if she feel uncomfortable and her chakras unbalanced or whatever the heck she on. So she like this. So Kenya started saying, I have some good news for you, and Portia's like, okay, give it to me. And good news was she started bringing Serenity. The girl came and Kenya around, and Portia's like, we're at Kenya's restaurant. And Kenya during there almost did like, okay, one baby in her hand, like, you know what, let me go ahead and get these, make sure I get the story straight. Let me give you the church finger. I'll be right back. And then she comes back to tell, like, okay, Cynthia, Candy, and I think she was there. She ended up coming in there too. While Cynthia was holding Shamina's baby, little girl is in protection. I think Kenya or Porter's like, give that baby back. Take your baby back, Shamina back, whatever. She's trying to use the baby protection. So they end up telling her basically what was going on in terms about the girl coming up there and stuff like that. And, but, Portia's like, thank you for the tea, even though it got no sugar and whatever. But they thought like knowing that this girl did not sleep with her, but the fact is, Portia, I think, says her confessionals that even though it was not her, it was other, so other women. So the producers asked her, to get a closed caption and everything, like, okay, why you don't want to talk about what happened? She's like, basically, it's just still too much to talk about, whatever. And she's like, it may not have been with that girl, Serenity, sincerely, but it was still with somebody else. So she's still keeping it that way, and that's kind of like how the episode ended, I think, at least my knowledge. And of course, they had to show the whole season trailer. Well, anyway, y'all, that's all I got. Hugs and lugs, everybody, and I'll be back to hopefully where my videos are not late like this. But yeah, y'all take care. See y'all next one. God bless and whatever, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.